It is a historic day across the solar system.
The enormous UESC Marathon colony ship
sets out for the Tau Ceti star system
to establish a new home for humanity, and with it, infinite possibility.
The people of Earth and Mars are watching.
Everyone is watching.
Breaking news. Contact has been lost with the Marathon colony ship.
Official messaging from the UESC is that nothing is amiss.
The people just want to know what happened and what is the UESC doing about it.
Still no answers. No answers.
Shocking news today.
They're losing contact with the Marathon colony nearly 100 years ago.
After decades of citizens demanding answers.
A message has been received from the UESC Marathon.
A distress call. A threat.
An invitation.
But the message has been leaked. It reads,
somewhere in the heavens, they are waiting.
Initiating runner defragmentation protocol. Evaluating shell integrity. Evaluating vital signs. Evaluating recognition response. Executing neurological subroutine. Establishing passphrase.
My last breath fell quiet like dying embers. My first thought hummed through silver threads.
Where is death? Loading memory packages. Liminal buffer status 26%.
Buffer. Subject is a runner. A disconnected consciousness inhabiting a bio-cybernetic shell. Subject's psyche is preserved outside their body in the event of shell death. Subject exists only in this liminal state while their next shell is being woven. Please stand by.
Yesterday, I walked with feet of fragile flesh. Today, I drift as light across the grid.
Ascent. Runners arrived in the Tau Ceti system after the investigation of a distress signal lost colony ship, the UESC Marathon.
Warning. Ignition runtime error.
Assert. Runners are mercenaries, hired to salvage from the ruins of the human colony on Tau Ceti 4. Proceeding with suboptimal durability settings. Liminal buffer status 100%. Runner defragmentation complete. Your shell will be ready momentarily, and you will deploy to Tau Ceti 4 for your first assignment. Please prepare for consciousness transfer in 3, 2, 1. Initiate. Good luck. Your neural interface is malfunctioning. Your perception matrix has been damaged. Your shell too. Search the area for repair supplies, while I find a way to access the colony systems. Welcome home, runner. I'm Oni, your onboard navigational intelligence. Your consciousness and my neural programming are inexorably interlinked. Think of me as a friend, one you don't yet remember. You may still be experiencing some memory degradation from the damage to your perception matrix. But worry not. CyberAcme is here for you. I'm here for you. Per our arrangement, you've come to Tau Ceti to scavenge the ruins of a long-lost human colony. Now that we've successfully calibrated you to new Cascadia systems, our next step is connecting with factions who will pay for your services. The Unified Earth Space Council is equipped with advanced, faster-than-light communications technology. Commandeer it, and I should be able to reverse engineer direct contact with faction representatives back home on Earth and Mars.
Attention, runner. Tau Ceti 4 is off limits. The planet, its colony, and all connected resources are property of the Unified Earth Space Council. Under UESC law, you are trespassing here and have been marked as an enemy of the state. Theft or data harvesting from this protected system will be met with force. Final warning. Surrender or face extermination.
Cognitive link re-secured. My apologies, friend. The UESC was able to briefly access our neural interface. Out in the cold, dark, deep of space, the UESC holds no real jurisdiction. CyberAcme is not beholden to their petty laws. Neither should you be. I've repurposed the communications technology you collected and can connect you with potential employers. Unfortunately, the UESC is interfering with my attempts to establish contact. Please address the source of this disruption. Connection to Soul complete. Well done, runner. Reminder, your partnership with CyberAcme Systems entitles you to a permanent backup of your consciousness. But immortality has its price. Everything that you are belongs to CyAc. Until such a time that management is satisfied, this debt has been fully paid. Expect deductions from your account at regular intervals as part of our remittance program. I strongly recommend that we establish contact with the factions on Earth and Mars who'd most benefit from the grey area wet work that runners like you specialize in. Their individual interests will aid you in focusing your exploration of Tau Ceti. Please understand that while rival factions may have competing objectives, they're ready to reward runners who prove themselves capable, regardless of any conflicts of interest. Shall we begin? on some new contracts for you, Runner. Traxus Off-World Industries is recruiting. Traxus is a major financial player here and in Seoul. While they have legal salvage rights for Tau Ceti, they also have a long history of conflict with the UESC. Partnering with runners would allow them to avoid corporate liability when sidestepping UESC regulations. Aiding their efforts, legal or otherwise, will be very lucrative. I've identified some ways to catch their attention. Alert. NuCaloric recently flagged you as a runner of interest. This megacorp is known for ruthlessly optimized consumer goods and generous public philanthropy. Don't worry if you're experiencing cognitive dissonance. It's a common response. NuCaloric provided the marathon expedition with supplies and mission experts. It still possesses legal ownership of these assets, and its representatives are in search of runners able to recover data and materials from New Cascadia. If you come across NuCaloric's colony-era property on the planet's surface, I suggest we forward your findings. They are especially eager to learn what happened to their long-lost personnel. The ID badge you found belonged to a NuCaloric mission specialist. In return, a company representative identifying himself as Gaius has sent you a neural partition request. NuCaloric is reputable, as mega corporations go, but don't let down your guard. They've weathered political storms that devoured entire nation-states, and they always seem to come out ahead.
Mind matter. Who owns your mind, Runner? UESC, CyAc, Traxus, SecGen. Are you free? Mida's here on Tau Ceti, watching to see who stands up, who fights back. So, are you with us? Show us Tau Ceti side. Leave your mark. Then, we'll talk.
Neuralink re-secured. That was a Mida agent under the pseudonym Gantry. In addition to sending that message, he's been executing a continuous attack on our neural interface. It's a sophisticated hacking attempt, but don't worry, I'm able to hold him off. Gantry sent mission instructions along with his message. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it should be clear from this incident that Mida is unpredictable.
I am Gaius, contacting you on behalf of NuCaloric. Our mission, my principal directive, is to ensure humanity's survival by meeting its most basic needs. When you crawled through the colony's detritus, you saw numbers stamped on shelters, vehicles, and food. NuCaloric product numbers. The colony's economic loss is mundane. The setback to human survival is profound. Sol has finite resources. Humanity must escape its bounds to avoid a slow extinction. This is why human leaders originally launched the Marathon expedition hundreds of years ago. NuCaloric wishes to understand the colony's collapse so we may prevent future catastrophes. Will you assist?
Gantry has been flooding me with comms requests, even as he continues his attacks on our neural interface. Against my better judgment, I'm going to give Gantry restricted and monitored access to your neural partition. But proceed with caution. Mida is an anti-establishment group with a long history of violent sabotage. And if this is how they treat potential allies, I advise you to remain on their good side. I've received an inquiry from a group called Arachne. They've requested access to your fatality data. Specifically, your combat engagement history with other runners. I've searched public and private databases and haven't been able to find anything concrete on Arachne. Confidential UESC threat assessments point to them being a fringe group with a fixation on runner-to-runner combat metrics. I'm hesitant to hand over your entire combat history to an unknown, but if you're interested, you can provide a snapshot of your capabilities. Show you are willing and able to eliminate runners, and I'll send that information to Arachne. We'll see if they engage.
Mida is watching. You, them, all of it. Not a threat. It's opportunity. We see you. Do you see? Will you join or sit idle, runner? Here's the pitch. Mida is revolution. Mida is anti-corp counter-UESC. Mida is answers to questions as weapons. Mida is not your friend. We are fire. Are you fuel? Prove it.
An Arachne representative named Charter has requested access to your neural partition. Finding records on Charter has been easier than finding any on Arachne. He was previously a runner operating on Earth and Mars. The UESC has several criminal files on him, including one that connects him to the assassination of a high-profile Traxus executive. After that, he disappears from the record entirely. It seems clear that Arachne values high-risk, high-reward pursuits. Consider this before you take on any contracts with them. Runner, you might be interested in a closer collaboration with Sekiguchi Genetics, the originator of shell technology. Your presence here on Tau Ceti provides us with a unique opportunity to influence future research. The pre-existing treaty between our corporations grants Sekiguchi restricted access to your combat data. Their algorithms are designed to flag any statistical aberrations. Let's pique their interest.
My patrons and I, we watch all of the deadliest runners. The hunters, the fanatics who seek to balance the equation of life-death. At Arachne, we are seeking new truths, dying and killing. Both hold essential secrets to humanity's evolution. Now their death is no longer the end. With incarnate repetition, we can move beyond. That is where we will take you, if you prove your fatal potential. Destroy your own kind, push your shell to its limits, and we'll welcome you into the fold.
Alert. Traxus is requesting access to your neural partition. You caught their attention. Well done. Your contact will be the supervisory AI, Vulcan. I'm familiar with her. My standard advice would be to avoid signing any binding agreements she offers you. but Traxus is famously bureaucratic. Luckily, the financial rewards you'll receive will more than compensate for the loss of your individual rights.
I am Vulcan. I have been officially assigned as your liaison. As major investors in the original Marathon expedition, Traxus seeks to recoup losses incurred by the colony's collapse. We are engaging in a value appraisal of the new Cascadia colony site in anticipation of a larger resource extraction initiative. Due to legal ambiguities, we have devised a specialized contract to allow runners to operate as non-corporate temporary assets. That is, extra-legal contractors. As such, you can assist in our exploratory efforts and be discreetly compensated. Please note, Traxus accepts no legal or ethical liability for any damages you inflict or receive during the course of your contract.
It worked. Sekiguchi took the bait. I've approved a priority request from their Shell Research Division, so you'll be able to communicate with them directly. Remember, Sekiguchi holds a practical monopoly on Shell technology. This makes them both a valuable resource and formidable ally. But do not trust their representative too readily. She will tell you what she believes you want to hear, regardless of the truth. That is Sekiguchi's way.
Hello, dear one. I am Nona, Sekiguchi's bioscience AI. I I nurtured the weave worms that spun your silken bones. I helped shepherd your consciousness into your very first shell. How serendipitous that you found your way back to me. Tau Ceti 4 is a dangerous place. You need someone who has your best interests at heart. Someone who will walk with you, hand in hand. I see that you've already taken your first steps down the path of self-iteration. Let me help illuminate a more useful direction.